Welcome to the lesson on scientific notation. Scientific notation is a way to express very large or very small numbers using a power of 10. So let's write that down. A way of expressing very large or very small numbers using a power of 10. This is what a number in scientific notation will look like, where A is a number greater than or equal to 1, but less than 10. We take that number and multiply it by 10 raised to a power here. That power, if it is positive, it's a large number. If it's negative, then we're talking about a very small number, which goes back to the way of expressing very large or very small numbers. So that exponent is important. It tells you if it's going to be a large or small number. You can think of a positive exponent as you're multiplying A, the number A, by that many number of tens. Or if it's negative, you're dividing that number A by that many tens. To write an expression from scientific notation into standard form, we are going to move the decimal of A the amount of the exponent or the n values, the amount of n values. If the exponent is 3, you're going to move that 3 places. If the exponent is 10, you're going to move that 10 places. So back to talking about if the decimal is positive, that means we're multiplying by 10 that many times. So we're going to move the decimal to the right. That's what makes that very large number. If n is negative, we're going to move the decimal to the left. We're dividing by 10 that many times. Move decimal to left. So some examples here. 3.4. This is your A. This is the number 3.4 times 10 to the second. This is our exponent 2 right here. So we're going to take 3.4. We're going to move that 2 places to the right, plop a 0 in there. That's going to be 340. And what we're doing is multiplying that by 10 2 times to get that. When we have 3.4 times 10 to the negative second power, what we're really doing is we are dividing by 2 here. So if we have our 3.4, we're going to move that 2 places. I'm going to put a 0 there to the left, which is 0.034. Let's practice writing these scientific notation expressions in standard form. First one, we have 2.56 times 10 to the second power. So my exponent is a positive 2. I am going to move 2 decimal places to the right. I am multiplying by 10 twice, so this gives me 256. 7 times 10 to the negative second power. There's no decimal point showing, but we know that it's the decimal point is right there. It's negative 2, meaning we're dividing by 10, so we're going to move that 2 places to the left. And I'm going to add a 0. I'm going to place a 0 in there. So my answer here is 0.07. Try the remainder on your own. Here are the answers. Make sure you have the correct amount of zeros in each one. Sometimes these decimals, there's 3 here, 4 right here, 2, 3, 6 on this one right here. Now we're going to talk about going from standard form or expanded form into scientific notation. To write a number from standard form to scientific notation, we need to determine the number, the number of places the decimal should be moved, to create a number that is, remember this A value from the first part of this video has to be greater than or equal to 1. But less than 10. So let's think of this number right here, 547. How do we take 547? Where do we put the decimals so that this number is greater than 1 but less than 10? That decimal place has to go right here, 5.47. And we know since 547 is greater than 1, we know that the exponent is going to be positive. We need to move this decimal 2 places to get back to our original number. So this is 5.47 times 10 to the second power. Vice versa, if the number is less than 1, like this number right here, we know the exponent is going to be negative. And again, we have to figure out where are we going to put that decimal so that the number, the starting number A, is in between 1 and 10. So it's going to be 4.5 times 10 to the, let's figure this out here. We have 1, 2, 3. So this is 10 to the negative third power. Let's practice writing these numbers in scientific notation. We're going to start with smaller numbers. 45, so we know this has to be 4.5. That leading number has to be between 1 and 10. And we're only moving that decimal place 1 place. It's a number greater than 1, so my exponent is positive. 0.6, we need to get this number somewhere between 1 and 10, so we're going to need to move that to a 6. Times 10, and this number is less than 1, so this is a negative 1. We're moving that decimal place left here to put that back into standard form. Try the rest of them and see how you do. Here are answers. I tried to darken up my decimal points so that you could see where they were. Take a second and check over your answers.